guys know the story of Jack Harrer?
Oh, the
Emperor Wears No Clothes?
The hemp guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hemperor,
The Hemperor. Yeah.
Well, he's a famous marijuana activist and researcher, and he wrote this book. This guy was like a Goldwater Republican, and then met this lady, and they were smoking a little marijuana together, hanging out, and like all of a sudden he gets it. And he goes, oh my God, this is good for you. Like, this is... like, he has all these revelations about it. And then he goes into the history, because he's a very smart guy. Mm-hmm. He says, like, how did this happen? And he starts delving into the history of, Harry Anslinger and William Randolph Hearst, and they conspired to make it look like there was this new drug that was causing all these Mexican guys... Excuse me, I got this.
I thought that was the
Zin patches.
I thought that was that the drugs were doing. I was
I wish. They were saying that it was causing Mexicans and black men to rape white women. They were writing stories about this, and then they came out with the Reefer Madness propaganda films, and all this calling it marijuana.
They tried to Emmett Till weed. Yes, that's why
marijuana was like a slang for Mexican wild tobacco. It had nothing to do with.
That's why, sorry to cut you off, but that's why I have, like, one of my black friends told me that black community likes to call it cannabis, not marijuana, because marijuana is associated with that negativity.
But,
really?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the word marijuana. I think it's a cute name. I like it. Marijuana sounds good.
Yeah. This is my daughter.
I like to smoke some marijuana. But I also like cannabis, too. It's like the names aren't important. Mm-hmm. What's important is, like, that people like this Jack Harrer guy, see if you can pull up that book, because it's a very good book, where he talks about, he actually had this video that they had made in like the World War I or World War II. It was Hemp for Victory, and it was telling farmers to grow marijuana. Like marijuana, like the plant marijuana is also hemp.
Yeah.
Right? So what marijuana is a psychoactive female version of a very similar plant. So now they've kind of engineered hemp so it doesn't have any THC in it. Yeah. So you can't smoke the hemp. But that hemp is what they were fighting. They weren't really fighting marijuana. They were fighting hemp because it's a superior textile. It makes the best, most durable clothes. Yeah. It makes a far superior paper. You could use it to build houses with.
Why doesn't everybody use hemp then?
It should be. It should be one. It
also, but why not the switchover?
Because there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to things like this. There's a lot of moving pieces that are in gear. They're moving. So hemp is now legal in the United States, right? So then the industry has to kind of build up, and you have to have manufacturing if you really want to do it. If you really want to hire skilled labor to make hemp clothes that you built here in America, now it's possible. But at Onnit, we used to have to buy our hemp from Canada because you couldn't grow it in the United States, even though it was legal because it wasn't psychoactive. So we had hemp protein powder, and we used to have to get it grown in Canada.
That's crazy.
We couldn't even hire an American farmer to grow it.
Yeah, I know that hemp is also like the clothes are antibacterial, antifungal.
What? I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make hemp gis.
Yeah.
What?
I have a hemp gi. Yeah, Datsura.
Does it?
It's the shit.
Does
you
it
can
smell
find them
less?
online. They're just real durable, like real fucking durable. Like the only thing that's gonna break is the threads, and then you just restitch it. Like that cloth is not ripping. It's really fucking strong. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like hemp is a weird thing. Like my friend Todd McCormick had a stalk of hemp on his desk. He's like, pick this up. I picked it up and I was like, what the fuck, man? It weighs nothing. It was hard.
Really?
It was hard like oak, but it weighed nothing. It weighed nothing. It was like balsa wood.
I feel like we need to get up on hemp.
See if you can see like a fat hemp stalk. Like that's the stuff that they turn into clothing. So they strip it away, and it's a very difficult process. And for the longest time, they were doing it with slave labor. And then when the cotton gin came along, the cotton gin made it easier to process cotton. And so it wasn't until the decorticator was invented. And the decorticator was a new method to effectively process hemp fiber with a machine. So they had this machine that's going to strip it down. Because otherwise they were using, like, people were pounding on it and shit.
Wow.
So this was invented, and then all the Reefer Madness shit came out. Because there was a thing, it was, I think it was Popular Science magazine. See if that hemp, the new $1 billion crop. See if you can find that.
Then they had the two, and they just chose the cotton because there was no
'Cause it
drama
was
behind
easier.
it.
It wasn't just, it was no, it was the people that, it was William Randolph Hearst was one of them. So William Randolph Hearst owned Hearst Publications. Look, $1 billion crop. It was on the cover of the magazine. See if you can find the cover, because it's kind of hilarious to see that they have this story about this new $1 billion crop, hemp. I mean, it's really wild shit.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, so now can anyone
Am I
grow
wrong?
hemp?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't on the cover. But that's the story right there. Hemp, the $1 billion
Wow.
crop. God, I swore it was on the cover. But I have a fucked up memory sometimes. Hemp.